last map from this Pro League season's map pool, season 7 already. Icecold. So first things first, how to find it. So there are two maps at the moment. When you type in Icecold, LE is the version. LE stands for Leather Edition. So in this case, you always want to play LE. This is also a map designed by me. I think one of my earlier maps. Heavily taken notes and seen how Warwich is doing it, and I kind of did the same thing, at least for the first 3 mines. And the 5.0 version is something where I try to reimagine the balance or propose some balance changes. So yeah, you can ignore it. For some time, this map was asynchronous, meaning that you had less space as player 1 compared to player 2. There was an easier time and more space to set up your SimCity here and stuff. But I fixed that a while ago, so don't worry about that anymore. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much Ravage, right? So this is your main. You have a lot of space in the main, a bit more than on Ravaged actually. You have your obvious natural, and then you have like the choice to take this or this as a third. Usually people go for this one. Even though it's more exposed, it's easier to reach with your reinforcements, and if you position yourself here, there's only this way for enemy troops to engage into your third. And yeah, this one is a bit harder to defend, because you have to like send your troops here, and this spot in general, and this spot is like there's this wall, right? So it's very easy, especially early on, to run around and get in. So yeah, usually it's the third over here. And then fourth and fifth are usually those two, either this one tucked away in a corner or this right away. I think there's an advantage to having those, because they are so close to each other, right? So you have units around, and maybe sometimes one tower here or here can prevent most stuff, which also tries to get in here. So taking this, and after that, and after this one is established, right, as your fourth, you can take this one as a fifth more easily, right? So the normal path is to expand on the top side of the map, just to the left for the second player and to the right for the first player. But there is obviously this one, which then would be your sixth base. And then there is a unique part of this map, which is a mine in the middle. Very rarely taken. Usually people don't go for it, only in the very late stages of the game. And yeah, then like you gotta fight over ownership of this mine. So the fight in the middle is usually where the end in the late lane game is concluding. In general, I think you also have to know that this is a bit smaller and a bit long, and like this one is a bit bigger and this one is a bit smaller. Although this distance is the same, the whole, like, there's a little channel here, right? And you have to be aware of that. So the middle is a bit tricky to deal with, but once you understood where it's great to fight, like both spots are great to fight in a with a Rex army versus Beast, for example, right? Or when you have catapults, you just position your catapults here, some soldiers here, and then you just move on forward slowly. But it's also very easy to get surrounded here, right? So if something runs in from behind. So this is like a tricky spot to deal with, because in-game you don't see that. But keep in mind, like, the dark space is where you can't go, and the light blue is where you can go. So yeah. And that's like all about the middle. Like, the middle is not as important, and especially in the mid or in the early game, there's not much going on here. Usually only the scouts go through that. Kind of random sometimes. Sometimes they walk this path, sometimes they walk here and then they cross into. So it's possible to miss the opponent's scout unit. like wolves and raiders frequently miss each other on this map. There's no way around that, right? You cannot prevent that. So just be aware of that. And yeah, other than that, I think it's a very, very good beast map. You want to play the beast on this map, and you want to kill this part and this part as soon as possible. Maybe in Beast versus Beast not, but usually you want to kill those buildings. Also, those buildings are worth to be killed, and this of course depends on your game style, right? So if you don't want to take this one and you are not sure if you can really fight everywhere, or you don't, yeah, or you expect a lot of run and buys or something, destroy one of those workshops, and then you have like an easy path to the next base. So that might be worth considering as well. Is a workshop though, still a lot of HP, but yeah, I think in general, like you're gonna play Beast on this map, right? You can play Rex, however. I think Beast is just stronger in general because there's so much open space. And yeah, other than that, I think air also works very great, although there's not a lot of negative airspace. Just from the layout, you always have like a way to get away if you position your air units correctly, right? So, for example, if you fight here, you can always just fly to the right side, and then the units like archers and whatnot cannot chase you further, and you get away. Same with gyros, of course. Same here, you can just fly towards this location or toward this, and yeah, in general feels good. So yeah, just another point to play Beast because you can transition into dragons, and that's gonna be great on this map. Um, Other than that, I think Icecold is yeah frequently played. I think a lot of people don't mind playing it. It feels a bit. I think it's very similar to Ravaged for the first part of the game, and then it changes a lot, and is not as much similar to Ravaged as you would think. But yeah, proxy locations there's a lot because it's so open. You can proxy pretty much all here at the third. You can put your proxies here. You can put your proxies here. You will always take the same path. There's something like a tower rush you can play here, but be careful. It's not very strong. It's not very good. So you put one tower here, and then you send two workers over, and you put two more towers here. It's very easy to defend. It's really something nobody should really worry about, but be aware that there might be an attempted tower rush here. And yeah, as a SimCity, I usually go for a house here, and let's say we play Rex here. We would do like that, right? You just build a wall. Same thing works here. So you just put a house here, and then you put the Rex here, and then and yeah, you just mine, right? So yeah, just be careful. You need to block off this path, right? So if a wolf is coming and tries to get into your main, and there's nothing to block this, the wolf might get in. So always try to block that off. And other than that, I think there's no tricks here with SimCity or anything. No. So yeah, that's it for today for Icecold. And I hope you find something exploitable. Nothing necessarily what needs to be fixed, because then I have to fix it, of course. But if you find something funny, or you have a nice strategy which works perfectly well on Icecold, or something tailor-made for Icecold, let us know in the comments. Other than that, have good luck on this map, and next time we're gonna talk about a map which is not in the Pro League map pool, but that also might be a while in the future. So have a good one. Bye bye.